Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Community Journal. We have an interesting show for you this week, and I seem to remember when we were walking in here last week, we had coats on,
Yes,
gloves
we
on,
did.
and today we're walking in here with short sleeves. It's hot out
That's right.
there.
Yeah.
It is warm.
I
Thank
don't know.
goodness.
I don't know what
Finally.
happened to spring, but all of a sudden we went from cold to summer.
There
That's
wasn't
right.
one, Jack.
There wasn't one.
No.
I mean, it says spring on the calendar, but we've jumped right into summer temperatures.
And yet we're going back to spring
Boy, I'll
by
tell you.
Monday.
I don't know. It's amazing the weather we're getting. They're having
Yeah.
90 plus degrees
Today.
in Boston.
Yes, a record breaker, I think.
It could
Yeah.
very well break a record in Boston today, but we'll stay in the high 70s, maybe reach 80 here. But
My favorite.
yeah, it's beach weather.
Yes, it is.
It really
Yes,
is.
it is.
But we have, as I said, an interesting show today. But we just wanted to, in case you did miss the election results, we did have an election here in town this past week. And our Board of Selectmen, Larry Ballantyne and Donald Howell, will be returning to the Board of Selectmen. They were successful in their bid for re-election. They are now on the board. And our Monomoy Regional School Committee, Sharon Stout and Stephen Crafey, I think that's the way you pronounce it, they will now be on the Monomoy Regional School Committee. And our trustee, Brooks Free Library, Joanne Brown and Mary Ward, they will be on the Brooks Free Library trustees. And our water commissioner, Alan Thompson, Jr. And he's been doing that for so long. He's a very dedicated guy.
Yes.
He really is.
And congratulations to all of them. Yes.
And congratulations to the people that ran.
Yes.
That stepped up and ran. That's really fantastic that they gave their effort out there and tried, and good for them.
And kudos to everyone that took the time to vote.
That's one thing. There were 13,000 people in town, and there were only 3,000 voters.
Wow.
Folks, you should get out there and vote. You really should.
If you didn't vote, no complaining from you.
That's right. Thank you, Eileen. Very true. If you didn't vote, I don't want to hear any complaining.
That's right.
Very, very true. And also, the ballot questions, there were 16 ballot questions, and you can see how those turned out by going to www.harwich-ma.gov. All of those are on that website. That's www.harwich-ma.gov. You can see how all of the 16 ballot questions turned out, and there were some very important questions on there.
Yes, there were.
So
The major ones did pass, I believe.
I think the major ones did all pass. So it was pretty intensive election this past week.
Yes, it was.
A lot of stuff on there.
It was a two-pager.
Yes, it was. It was 2 pages long. I think that's the first time I remember doing 2 pages.
I don't ever remember doing it, but
Very, very true. Oh, Paul, you sat down with Eric and talked about some things going on in the rec department.
Yes, I think the most important thing is that he's coordinating with the library, and that their functions coming up in the spring anyhow are going to include a book. In other words, you can take part in whatever's going on out behind the library, and also you have to register for a book. And I think that's a great combination, and I hope all the kids get the benefit of it.
Wow, very
That's
good. Let's
great.
find out what's going on.
yes.
Good morning and welcome to Channel 18's Community Journal. Our first guest today is Eric Bibby, and Eric and the library have an interesting program that he's going to tell us about.
Yeah, we just recently, well, thanks for having me, Paul.
Not at all. We'd love to have you.
We recently started working with the library on an event to kind of kick off the summer. We thought, the library as well as the rec has a lot of great programs through the summer. So we said, why not have some kind of event to kick it off, promote everything. So we put together, it's called our Summer Kickoff event. It's Thursday, June 22nd at 5 o'clock. It's going to be held right on the fields here behind the community center. You're going to have, it's all free. We're going to have a cookout. We're going to have hot dogs, chips, soda, everything. We're going to have a magician show, which is also free. That starts at 6 o'clock, the Magician. But from 5 to 6, we're going to have games, all kinds of games running on the fields out back. You'll be able to eat your hot dogs. You'll also be able to register for any summer programs that night. We're going to have tables set up. Friday, the next day, is our big registration day, and that tends to get a little busy. So the night before, you could come by a little early, get signed up. You don't have to worry about the crowds on Friday morning. And that helps us too, actually. So that should be fun. There's no pre-registration required for the event. You could just show up and enjoy some hot dogs and a magic show.
And what does the library get out of this?
The library is actually going to be promoting, they'll have a table set up as well. They'll be promoting their summer reading program. In addition to this, we're going to really combine forces a lot during the summer as well with our camp that we run, our daily camp. They're going to have all kinds of reading programs through our camp. They're going to provide a place for our kids to come, groups of our kids from the camp to go over to the library, maybe play video games, read some books, things like that. So we're trying to combine forces and make camp even better this year. So.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, it should be fun. It'll just get everybody in that summer mode. And then in addition to that, we have all of our summer programs. You can actually register now. The whole month of May is early registration period, so we're right in the middle of it. I highly recommend people to come out now, especially for the camp, and sign up as soon as possible, because we take about 120 kids per session, and believe it or not, that fills up in a heartbeat. So. So we have our camp, we have all our normal stuff, basketball, baseball, lacrosse, soccer, we have swim lessons, a couple new ones we have a day trip program that's going to run Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We'll do little trips to, Nickerson State Park, things like that. And then bigger trips, we'll be doing whale watches, water whiz, paw sox games, bowling, all kinds of stuff. So we have the vans available, so we'll take the kids and bring them somewhere, keep them busy. So.
Well, kids will love that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Stay busy, that's
Yeah,
the big thing.
yeah, absolutely. And we have a great staff this year. Our camp staff is mostly returning staff. We were able to hire a couple extra people this year, so should be a good summer.
Should be good for the library too, because somehow or other books seem to be wanted, but I don't quite get there.
Yeah. Well,
And joining together.
Yep.
So the kids can get their books.
That's the nice
It's a
part.
good program.
Yeah, I mean, especially, we have camp days that are rainy days.
Yes.
And, it gets pretty crowded in the building here. We do have arts and crafts. We have movies that we show them. But just to have another option, like books to read, they may bring over some puzzles and board games and things like that. So they're kind of giving us some of their resources to help us. So that should be great for this summer.
Yeah.
We also, I wanted to highlight, we're going to have our kayak and paddleboard rentals again this summer, which we started last year at Cahoon's Beach. And it's every day this year. Last year was just weekends. We're doing it every day. It is only $15 an hour to rent the kayak or the paddleboard. You don't have to reserve ahead of time. You just can go down there, fill out a form, and you're good to go. You get pushed off the boat launch, and you can paddle around as much as you want. That one also, I should highlight that if you do not have a beach sticker, you can still come, park at Cahoon's and rent a kayak or paddleboard. We give you a special permit for that time period. So that's been a popular one. We're going to continue doing that. So we got a lot going on this summer. I should also highlight the beach is technically open June 24th. Obviously they're open before that, but that's when we start guarding our beaches. That's when you need stickers. If you have last year's beach sticker, you're good until July 1st. But if you have no sticker at all, you got to go and get one before June 24th. So, and then those go on sale, I believe, June 9th. So there's 3 locations this year. You could purchase them at the Community Center, the Chamber of Commerce, or the Treasurer's Office at Town Hall. So no reason not to have a sticker this year.
There you go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we're excited about the summer, and we, like I said, we highly recommend people to come in now and register. We're here every day, at least 9 to 5. Saturdays, pretty much 9 to 5. So you could just come right to the rec office and sign up.
Well, I hope you have a lot of people.
Yeah, we have a lot of staff. Everything's full now. The only thing, we could use maybe 2 more lifeguards.
Not bad.
We're fine either way, so if anybody out there is a lifeguard, come on in. If you're certified and you're normal, we'll hire you. So yeah, we have a great staff this year. We have all our supervisors that are coming back, they've been here for years, and our lifeguard staff is young, but they're energetic and they're enthusiastic, and should be a good summer.
It should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're ready for it. We're getting ready. It's our busy time, so we'll be ready to go.
Good. A busy time means a good time.
That's right. It makes it go fast too. That's for
It
sure.
does, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be hanging around wondering what you're going to do.
No, we never have that problem in the summer.
There you go.
So, but yeah, definitely, that summer kickoff, we really want to see a big crowd if we can. I'm going to buy plenty of hot dogs, so if you guys don't eat them, I will. So please come out. It should be fun for the kids. The magician's supposed to be great. The library's bringing in the magician, so it should be a fun night.
Very good.
Yep.
That's it.
I think that's everything. If anybody has any questions about summer programs, availability, anything at all, feel free to call the office. The rec office, 508-430-7553. You could stop in, you could email us, you can check our Twitter feed at Harwich Rec. We put things up there, so there's ways to find out what's going on. The brochure is actually on the town website under the recreation link. So it's all out there, so take a look, and we try to have something for everyone. So.
Well, we wish you good luck with the
Thank you.
program and the library as well.
Yep.
And,
Sounds good.
So
Well, thanks
the
again
next
for
time
having
we
me.
see you, you can give us an update.
Sure,
How
anytime.
things are going.
All right, we'll do.
Very good.
Thank you.
Well, as usual, Paul, Eric has a lot of stuff planned, and
He does, and he has good planning too.
Yeah,
I mean,
we-
he's got the library involved.
yeah, no, that's a great
nice.
idea.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Very good. That's excellent. Thank you, Paul. Eileen, you've got something very important there.
I do. As we all know, we have many visitors that come to visit our beautiful Cape Cod in the summertime. And with it, of course, comes the unfortunate reality of accidents and the need for blood. So the American Red Cross is having a Harwich Community Blood Drive right here at the Harwich Community Center on Oak Street on Friday, May 26th. It will be from 10 in the morning to 3 p.m. You can call 1-800-RED-CROSS, which is 1-800-733-2767, or visit redcrossblood.org and enter HW Community to schedule an appointment. And if you want a free gift, commit to give sometime between May 26th and May 30th, which for us will be May 26th, for a bright red American Red Cross visor while supplies last.
Very good.
So
Yeah, it's so
please think
important.
about it. Yes, it's a very important thing to
It
do.
really is, especially this time of year. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of folks have been coming to the community center asking about beach and transfer station sticker information. Well, beach stickers for summer 2017 and transfer station passes for fiscal year 2017-18 go on sale Monday, June 12th. So they do not go on sale until June 12th, 2017. They are available at the community center, the treasurer's office, and the Chamber of Commerce. So again, they do not go on sale until June 12th, and they're available at the treasurer's office, the community center, and the Chamber of Commerce. The first date for beach stickers will be, the first date that they'll be checked is June 24th. So you don't need a new beach sticker until June 24th. That's the first day that they'll be checking for the current beach sticker. The first date that you're required to have the new transfer station pass is July 1st, 2017. The transfer station goes on the fiscal year, so that's different, as you know. Now they do it when you pay for your transfer station. Now it's done by your license plate. They have a camera at the transfer station that takes a picture of your license plate as you go in through the transfer station. So it's no longer a sticker on your car. It's done by the camera as you go into the transfer station. And that does not start until the fiscal year, which is July 1st. So again, these do not go on sale until June 12th, and they can be, you can do it at the Community Center, the Treasurer's Office, and the Chamber of Commerce. So I hope that answers some of the questions I know a lot of people have been asking, and that is the information as far as that goes. Okay.
You can use last year's sticker up until, I think, a week before, maybe?
Oh, yeah, well, you can use it right up until those days. I mean, you can...
No, I think it's maybe a week, a little bit before.
You know, right up until they expire. I mean, you know, they're good until they expire. The transfer
would think
station is
so.
a fiscal year, and the beach sticker is good. They start checking for beach stickers starting June 24th. So, you know, that people should know that.
Have the beach sticker by June 24th.
That's right. Have that
Have
beach
your
sticker on your car by June 24th.
transfer station sticker by July 1st, and you're
Right.
all set.
You're all set, right. So you should be good.
Yes.
Now, periodically, of course, our town administrator, Chris Clark, does keep us up to date as to what's going on. And we do have what we call the administrator's address. So we're going to give you another piece of that right now. So Christopher Clark and his administrator's address. Let's take a look.
Good afternoon. Christopher Clark, Town Administrator for the Town of Harwich. We're in kind of a little bit of a void area where we've just finished town meeting and we're on the verge of having the election. So I thought it'd be worthwhile today to just kind of focus a little bit on how town meeting went, some of the outcomes of town meeting, and we'll talk probably the next one in regards to the contingency that was some of the votes required at town meeting were dependent upon what happens at the town election. So we'll talk about the town election elements after. One of the things that after each town meeting, I think we had a pretty successful town meeting from an administrative standpoint. Pretty much the submissions that were made by the different departments and by administration were carefully vetted by the Capital Outlay Committee, carefully vetted by the Board of Selectmen, and carefully vetted by the Finance Committee. And I think the end result was by having those three groups really be all on the same page and agreeing to the plan, that helped to make town meeting go, at least from my opinion, somewhat orderly in an orderly fashion. And I think having that vetting process of having those groups carefully go through and present the budget and the plan overall hopefully gives great confidence to town meeting that these have been vetted carefully. And I think the process, ultimately the process starts in September and October and finishes with town meeting in May. So one of the things that I think we did at town meeting that I was very proud of is that we tried to really take the warrant this year and made sure that we added graphic elements. So town meeting knew what the article was, but then they also had an explanation as to what formulated this article, what were we attempting to do, and then if there was a land element in it, we had a map that showed where that land element was. And if there was any other design plans that we had, we tried to incorporate those in. I do apologize in advance. I know that, and maybe after the fact, I know some of those graphics, when you're dealing with just 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, to get a big image in there is somewhat difficult. And particularly, I know on the sewer articles, in particular wastewater articles, we had kind of very detailed maps, and to show that in such a small form was probably pretty hard to read. So we did decide on trying to get that material in there so people would have it. But I do think that there was quite a few challenging things. We tried also this year. I think the education effort on the wastewater was unprecedented by having the 12-page document and a 4-page document and then 2-page documents to kind of follow up. So if there were questions that emerged, we wanted to make sure we had answers. I do think that we had favorable votes. I think one of the things I do at town meeting is we do record when we have standing counts, and we only had one standing count all town meeting. I think the last 2 years, I think we probably had about 6, at least 4 to 6 each year. So I was impressed that this year we only had the one. And I think that a lot of the articles that had 2/3, that had the borrowing elements, were voted very convincingly. So I think overall, again, from an organizational standpoint, I think town meeting went very well. Hopefully town meeting was very informed. And I do always look for additional ways to inform people of what we're attempting to do. I know I always try to put a plug in with Caleb here to, if people do have questions or you want things covered in a certain way, more than happy to try to address those questions, make sure that we make government as transparent as possible for folks. So I think it's important to just, if you can provide us with some feedback. I know I did ask the Finance Committee and ask the Board of Selectmen, what did we do well, what can we do better? So we did get some pretty good feedback, I think, as a result of that. I think for town meeting next year, just to at least plant the thought in people's minds, I know that there was some discussion in some of the groups that I deal with the moderator and Finance Committee and so on, that they liked the way town meeting flowed, and they basically asked me, and I certainly will present this to the Board of Selectmen that makes the decision about town meeting, that could we try to do the special town meeting instead of having that intentionally on the second night? Is it possible to incorporate special town meeting into the first night? So that's something that I think that we will look at. I was kind of impressed recently at a meeting I was at that the town of Dennis had 44 articles, so about 11 less than we did, but they were done in one night and about an hour and a half. And I think even Chatham was one night, and I think they were probably 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. So, we do have some of our neighboring towns that have these different complex issues the same as we, and they are able to get through those warrants in one night. I think the first year I was here, I think we were there for 3, and we have been, the last 2 years, we've been able to consolidate down to 2 nights, with the second night being a little bit quicker than the first. So that's something that I think it deserves at least some merit to look at and give some consideration to. So I really wanted to kind of cover today just how town meeting went from a administrative perspective, and to really seek your input for how we can make town meeting flow a little easier. I think one of the innovations we had was putting the motions up on the screen. We also have images, so if people wanted to see additional images, we have those available for folks. So we're trying to do what we can do to have town meeting operate as efficiently and as informative as we can, so people know what they're there for and what they need to vote on. So at the next one, I will kind of cover the additional follow-up from town meeting. There was 7 articles at town meeting that did rely upon contingency appropriations, that relied upon the ballot questions, which are being discerned. And then there was also several charter changes that were voted at the 2016 annual town meeting that are being voted on and considered at this year's town election. So at the next session here, I'll have an opportunity to have that information. We'll provide a more comprehensive overview of what happened at town meeting, and if the contingency appropriations, how those actually fared. So I appreciate your time and attention. Christopher Clark, Town Administrator for the Town of Harwich. Thank you.
Well, we appreciate Chris taking the time to sit down, and
Yes.
and especially it was a good synopsis of town meeting, and town meeting is so important. You know, it's really
Yes, it is.
democracy in its purest form when you think of it. There's the direct communication of the people to the government, and there aren't many towns that really still have direct town meeting, and we're lucky that we still have that.
Yes, we still have a voice.
And we still have a voice, and there are several people that make sure that their voice is heard at
Yes.
town meeting.
And you know, that's the whole point.
It really is.
Yes.
It really is. And, you know, we were there, and, you know, people got to say what that was on their mind, and that's the way it should
Absolutely.
be.
Yes.
And
Hear both sides.
it was
of
very
each
productive.
issue.
It really was. So that was great. And again, thanks to Chris Clark. Appreciate that. This is a public service release from the Harwich United Methodist Church. They want us to know, as a community, effective as of Sunday, June 4th, their Sunday service will be at 9 a.m. That is a change that they do institute during the summer. Their new service time will be at 9 a.m. And if you need more information, that you can call 508-432-3734. That's 508-432-3734. That's the Harwich United Methodist Church, and they're at 1 Church Street in Harwich. So they just wanted us to know that. Thank you. And Eileen, you have something there that
Yes, I do.
is something that's very pretty.
Yes, yes, and it's coming up very soon. The Garden Club of Harwich is presenting their sale, their plant sale, their famous plant sale, I should say, on the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend, which is a week from this coming Saturday. It's May 27th, so it's coming up. And recently I had a chance to sit down with Denise Traver, who is a member of the plant sale committee, and she gave us a wonderful overview of what to expect when you come to the sale. It will be run at Brooks Park, excuse me, not Brooks Park, at Dome Park from 9 to 1 in the afternoon. And we should listen and see what there is.
You know, let's take a look. That's
Which is going
right.
to be happening. And I have with me today Denise Traver, who is one of the 2 co-chairs of the plant sale for the Garden Club of Harwich this year. And her partner, Liz Dubuque, could not be with us today. But thank you, Denise, for taking time to come and talk to us about this very exciting annual fundraiser that the Garden Club has every year.
Well, thank you very much for having me, Elaine and
Oh,
Jack
you're
and
welcome.
Paul. It's great to be able to come here and tell a little bit about the plant sale that's coming up in May.
And it's going to be happening, as always, on the Saturday of the Memorial Day weekend. And this year, that date is May 27th. So please put it on your calendar, because there's lots of wonderful things, including items like this beautiful basket in front of us that will be available. And Denise put this together, and I think it looks absolutely lovely. And there are going to be many more things available.
Yes, there are. We do have plants for the shade, for sun. We have veggies, we have herbs, and we have garden gifts available.
And the bake sale, don't forget
And
the
the
bake sale.
Yes, the bake sale, and also floral arrangements that'll be available for buying, as well as hanging baskets. Some might be available to you at the gift shop too, or at the table with the annuals. And people might be putting some together for you in the hanging baskets.
And there's also going to be a raffle table.
There's a raffle table. We do have items coming in from our local merchants. They give us items to raffle off, and we do thank them for their contributions.
They do this every year, and it's such a wonderful thing to do.
They do. We've
Yeah.
had planters, we've had bushes, we've had trees come in, we've had tools of the trade. They've been very generous in what they've given for the raffle. We do appreciate their input.
And some members do make items some years.
Yes.
Yes.
Members and members' husbands also contribute to the gift table, and they'll be there for sale.
Yes, good. And we also are going to have our favorite fellow that comes and sharpens your tools for you. And his name is Charlie, and he's going to be there, and for a small donation, which he donates to the Garden Club, by the way, he will sharpen what you need: garden tools, non-serrated kitchen knives, and scissors. So that's another table that we'll be having at the sale.
Yes, it is. And there's also an informational table where people will be available to help you out with
Yes.
flowers you might have questions about the garden club itself. There'll be that informational table. I also want to mention that the hours are from 9 to 12 this year, which are a little different than usual. And it will be rain or shine that it will be available.
Yes,
So-
and there won't be a flea market this year.
No, no flea market this year.
But we are going to have lots of things for you to look at that I know a lot of the Garden Club elves have been very busy since last summer. They do. They start right away. Right after
they
the
do.
sale, they begin again for the following year to make sure that they have a lot of handcrafted items for the garden and for you to plant, or sometimes they have other things as well. The plant sale, as I said, is going to happen on Saturday, May 27th, as Denise mentioned, from 9 to 12. And it is a fundraiser from the many things that the Garden Club does for the town of Harwich.
Yes, they do. We have planters that line our streets and our beaches. We have gardens in our various vicinities around the community that we take care of. And we also do decorating in the town and the port during the holidays also.
And window boxes and certain
And window boxes,
places
yes.
as well, yes.
Yes.
And at the holiday time, there's always beautiful wreaths around town.
Yes.
And the planters are usually filled with greenery, and we have our annual boutique at the holiday time as well.
Yes,
So
it's a
it's a
favorite.
very busy club, and it certainly helps to beautify our town.
Also, just to mention, it is at Down Park in Harwich Port, across from the Post Office Square. And this is our 85th anniversary year.
Is it
wow.
really?
Yes.
Oh
Didn't
my
realize that.
goodness, I didn't realize that either.
Yes, so
Wow.
the Garden Club's been in existence for 85 years this
Wow.
year.
That's wonderful. Well, that's something to celebrate. So
Yes.
please come celebrate with us on the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend from 9 to 12 in Dome Park on May 27th, and we will be happy to see you. Thank you so much.
As always, it's a great thing to take in. They do a
Yes.
great job.
So please come and support the Garden Club. And I made a mistake. It is not from 9 to 1. It is from 9 to 12. I know they did change their time.
Yeah,
So
they
it's
did.
9 to 12, Doane Park, next Saturday, May 27th. Please come down and look around and see if there's something that you can beautify your own garden with.
Right, and you have something else for calendar marking.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes, it's down the road a piece, but it's something that you might want to mark on your calendar, as Jack said. The Cape Cod Hydrangea Festival is happening in July, and this year the Garden Club of Harwich is presenting their Gardens by the Sea on Thursday, July 13th, from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, and it is rain or shine, folks, so just to let you know that. You can stroll 5 private gardens in Harwich and the historical campgrounds of Harwich Port, which is really interesting.
It really is, yeah.
And the Guild of Harwich artists will be painting in the gardens while you're strolling through them, and there will be refreshments. It's only $5 for each garden, $25 for the day, so you can see all 5 of them. And it's only by cash or check, so please keep that in mind. And tickets can be purchased ahead of time at the Harwich Port Strolls on Wednesday, July 5th and Wednesday, July 12th, or you can buy them right at each garden. For garden locations, please see our website, www.gardenclubofharwich, it's all spelled out, just the way it sounds, .org, www.gardenclubofharwich.org.
Very good.
And the date is July 13th.
Very good, and
Yes.
that's definitely a nice take.
Oh,
really
it is.
Yeah.
Oh, when all those hydrangeas are in bloom, it's
Yes,
just beautiful.
It is beautiful. And as we had mentioned earlier, Memorial Day is right around the corner,
Right.
and Paul,
Monday, May 29th at Brooks Park will be the Memorial Day service. It will begin at 9:30, and the featured speaker of the day will be Bob Remillard, the Veterans Administrator. So please come, join in the affairs, and enjoy the event.
yeah, it's always a good event, and of course Memorial Day is a very special day that we remember all of our veterans and
Yes.
all of the
And
soldiers.
we give them thanks.
And we give them thanks,
Yes.
that's for sure. Folks, that is our show for this week. We really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, and please take advantage of everything we've told you about.
And please do it safely.
There you go.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye for
Bye.
now.